Hello everyone, the Flying Scotsman here, and welcome to this episode of the Flying Scotsman's Christmas. Now, some people like to play first-person shooters, some people like to play sports games, and then there's people like me who like to play driving games. Doesn't really matter what it is, any kind of driving games. But, you know, there must be a market for them, otherwise they wouldn't keep putting them out. Now, such a case in point is Bus Simulator 21. That is not out yet, though. But what is out and has been for a couple of years is Bus Simulator 18. So, let's have a play. I've just actually completed that game on this map, but I have a strong disconnect between the amount of buses I own and the amount of drivers to drive them. That was not good economics. Anyway, so let's start a new map. So what this is you have a company and you are tasked with bringing public transport back to a place based on some German city. I'm not sure what it is, but you've got to try and bring buses back, or public transit back to this place called Seaside Valley. And as you do, as you progress, you'll get to open up more places to bring public transit to, and eventually you'll get to connect a couple of outlying villages and the airport with everything. And this is quite an interesting game because you've not only got to manage a company, you've got to hire drivers, you've got to buy buses, but you also get to drive these routes for yourself, and you have to do that in order to level up the stops and earn, and that's how you advance time that you use to earn money, and that money is earned and what have you, and you can kind of move on with the game. So, rather than me just trying to explain it and completely making a Horlicks of it, let's start. So, we've got this map. We have £20,000 to start off with, euros rather. We're at level 1. I have and bus, no drivers, game mode, load company, city, Seaside Valley, owner, the Flying Scotsman. Okay, so let's load that company. And yes, it's based on the Unreal Engine. So, sorry about that. Just tapped my microphone. That's not a good thing. So, what we've got to do, we've got objectives here. We've got to drive the existing route at night, paint the bus, create a new route, drive the new route, expand the existing route, and drive the expanded route. So, this is a route that they've given me at night. So, before we do it, let's paint the bus, shall we? This is what we've got. These are all officially licensed buses. Now, at the start, you're able to customize your driver's uniform and what have you, and you're able to give your company a name, and you can design your bus. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Because a white bus it's a bit boring, is it? It's a bit wee bit vanilla. So you have different interiors if you've downloaded the DLC, which I have because I'm sad like that. So let's see if we can put a nice interior to this bus. That's nice, and let's see if we can make some custom colours. Now, the colours that you get to start off with aren't that great, and in fact they do become irrelevant pretty damn quickly, if I'm honest. But there are a couple of skins as well that you can use. So a thing that I quite like to do, is I'll tend to let's make this purple, and And it's flip paint as well. How about that? So we could do that. So make it look red and in a certain light. I'm just gonna make it purple, purple and purple. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply a decal, and yeah, I don't really like that, but do you know what? That looks quite jazzy, I guess. Would be a word. Okay, so there we go. We've got kind of a purple leopard thing going on. That's going to cost about £6 to apply that. That's fine. It's one of the objectives. We could put a custom registration plate on there, and you know there's various UK countries that you can have. So Germany's the standard one. I don't know how German plates go, but here's a template. So I could make one. T. TCP. Hang on. I've got one. ComPQ 500. There we go. Like the Armada E500. And apparently my plate doesn't cost any extra. So that's quite good. So let's apply that. So I've completed. If I go back to the back screen,
I've written down a number of things we should try before we get you back out on the road. It's just to make sure the infrastructure is okay and ensure we can deliver a robust public transport system. First things first. City Hall wants us to run a pilot night line just to see how many people would use it. They'll finance an additional bus for you in return. I've already prepared a route for this and spread the word. Select the pre-existing route and drive it by night.
Okay, we can do that in our new funky purple bus. So, yep, we need to select night from that option. Let's not worry about looping that, but I do like to start from the garage. So there we go. So there's me in the garage. Now I've set up the controls myself. Oh, cool! I can lock the doors. I never realised I could do that. Probably on these Citaro buses. Front door wings are still locked. There we go. There we go. I can jump on the bus. Lighting in this game is a wee bit, yeah, it's a wee bit derp. There we go. And now, like, can start the ignition. Put the lights on. And start the engine. Close the door. Take off the handbrake. And let her go. Oh yeah, might put some headlights on. Okay, so this is set slightly differently to how my other one was set. So I can check the controls. How can I change gear? Because that movement and camera, bus controls, lights, special. Well, let's see. First door, second door, handbrake. Parking brake. ignition, gear down, gear up. Alright, so, yeah, this seems to... There we go. Now I'm in D. So let's go. Oh, I seem to have hit a passenger. Pedestrian. That's not good. So there are very real consequences for doing certain things, like hitting pedestrians, which I couldn't see because it's nighttime and my bus headlights are rubbish. There we go. Can put the high beams on. That'll learn them. And I have put the speed limiter on because I've gotten too many speeding tickets.
Next stop, Astra Promenade.
And these buses talk. Are you listening, Aberdeen City Council? You could do with that. There you go. So, as it turns out, you need quite a hefty machine to run this. I think even with my 1050 Ti, I was facing issues with the sound and what have you. Believe it or not, I don't know if the game's just gotten better over time, or if my upgrading to an RX 480 did the trick. But yeah, it ran. I was also on Ivy Bridge originally, so that could have something to do with it as well. It does say that it recommends for best performance an i5-4670. Which, for point of reference now, we are on a Ryzen 5 3600 with an overclocked, well, factory overclocked RX 580. From MSI. And this game is running beautifully. Oh yeah, and you want to watch out for potholes and speed bumps and the like in this game. I mean, I can go over those at any speed with no consequence while there's nobody on the bus. But the minute people get on the bus, I actually have to start being a wee bit careful. Okay, we've got our first lot of passengers. So let's...
Next stop, Astra Promenade.
Let's slow down, let's indicate right to go to the bus stop, and we'll pull up. Apply the parking brake, open the doors.
I need several tickets, please.
Okay, and now we can use the ticket machine. So this person wants 2 single senior tickets. Whoops. And so we'll print the receipt, print the ticket rather.
Passion is such a thank you.
And yeah, and then we get to listen to their inane chat. What you can do is you can check for tickets. So you see that passenger got on the bus without buying a ticket.
Here's the ticket. Oh, and here's a picture of my cat. She's called Pearly.
I'm sorry, what's with all these giant buns? Am I playing Bus Simulator or am I playing Baker's Van Simulator? Lots of buns in this game. Anyway. So, oops.
Next stop, Zellerman Research Center.
Driving with locked doors? What do you mean driving with locked doors? I'm driving with locked doors? What is this? Alright. I must have put a slightly different game mode.
Oh, I forgot to water my plants.
They will talk to you about the latest TV show, which in this universe is a gripping serial called Winter of Passion, which features a character that left and came back called Hans, and his amputee sister called Christina.
Zellerman Research Center.
And Pearly is a popular name for a cat, as you'll probably find out.
Hi.
Whoops.
I think I'll need several tickets, please.
There we go. Regular, couple of tickets.
Thanks.
And yes, it is possible to give too much change on this game.
Sure. Here you go.
Yeah, I'm a stickler for tickets because it is entirely possible to clock people who haven't actually bought tickets, and that's quite funny.
Next stop, North Spoke.
I don't feel like working today.
And they'll talk about parties that they went to at the old sawmill, and how they love to spend the day at Sequold and Lido. You can tell how long I've been playing this game. Oh! Some thoughtless individual has parked in the bus stop. Yep, I can get points literally for shooing away motorists from bus stops.
Bye-bye.
That sounds like Retrospector 78 signing off.
Do you want to see a photo of my cat? Thank you.
Alright, alright. I'm just going to pull out here. Whoops. Sometimes you put your indicators on other motorists and road users will very thoughtfully stop to let you out. There we go.
Next stop, South Spoke.
This parking position is just perfect.
Oh,
Hold
you.
on. Here.
Of course. Here you go.
Hold on. Here you go.
Sure.
And if you've already asked people if they've got tickets, they'll get annoyed with you. It's like, I already showed you. Whoops. Whoops.
Old song.
Sorry.
Next stop, Stalker Square. Last stop. Please leave the bus.
Darn it. I forgot to lock the front door.
Next stop, Stalker Square. Last stop. Please leave the bus.
Excellent. So that's the last stop. So I could end the trip here, but I usually like to go back to the garage. I think I can lock these doors now. And there we go. Now, unfortunately, because I ran over a pedestrian, I'm going to have to pay for that. And that probably means I'm not going to have enough money to get a new bus. You can actually do this in third-person mode as well, so we can look at our fantastic bus. But I like to be in first-person mode because, of course, I do. And once we get to the garage, it will actually show us where we need to turn, and I can bring it on home. Oops. Probably should have put it back in neutral, so... Alright, there we go. And then I get a wee breakdown of my journey. There we go. I've unlocked a new wrap and a new colour. And we're not doing well. But let's go and see what is to be done. I have driven the existing route at night and I've painted the bus. Now I have to create a new route. Click on the new route button to create the new route. Yep, I have done. So, what am I gonna do with this route? I think I'll go around the outer ring. So we'll just kind of do that just for the time being. And we can actually name our routes as well. So unfortunately this counter is in the way. Otherwise, you know, I would be able to actually name it. So I've named it Outer Spokes, and I can even change the bus number. So I could call it the 1A if I wanted to. So there we go, we've got the outer spoke. And let's drive it. This time, why don't we drive it in the dawn? And that will allow me to show you an issue with the lighting. Now this is the garage, yeah? Okay, we've got the sun coming in through the window. Nice. But the entire garage is lit up. Almost as if it were made of a canvas-like material. So it almost lights up like a tent. And that's not just the garage. If we go to... And sometimes we have to pause and unpause the game to be able to do actions. Now, I know this would happen. I know the bus will automatically open the doors. I like to do it manually, though. So let's actually unlock the bus. And if, as we see, the bus is lit up as well, almost as if its roof is made out of canvas. So, if I turn on the cabin lights, yeah, you can tell that they're on, but you can't really tell. So it's very easy to miss them. So I think in Bus Simulator 21, I would love to see the lighting improved. So once again, I'm going to put this bus into drive. I kind of like this. I mean, I've driven it at night. Now we're going to drive the new route, which I've called Outer Spokes. It's a pedestrian crossing the street there. Oof. Another one. Once again, I'm just going to switch on the speed limiter. Now, eventually, as you progress further in the game, it will tell you what kind of a bus you should be driving to complete the objective. So, whether that be a bendy bus or a bus that runs on compressed natural gas. I think that's what CNG stands for. Oh yeah. Actually, thinking about it, I know it shouldn't really be stopping in the middle of the road, but there's something I want to show you guys. Okay, check this shit out. Morning cafefe. Yep, you read that right. Morning cafefe. I love it. This game's got a sense of humour, and obviously cafefe was still somewhat relevant at the time of this version of the game's release. Alright, let's go. And while we are timed between stops, we're essentially in free roam before we get to the first stop. So I could technically speaking drive this bus up to Sonnstein, even though I've not unlocked it, and I could have a wee walk around there and see what it's all about. There's all different types of places within this town to drive through. So you've got your industrial areas. You've got the inner city, which is actually quite difficult to drive through. And then you've got the countryside.
Media Center, Astra.
Nothing to do with Vauxhall.
I need several tickets, please. Thank you.
One ticket, please. Thanks. Here you go.
There you go.
Of course.
Where is it? Ah, here you go.
Another crazy bun.
Next stop, Greenwich Square.
Oh, I forgot to water my plants.
And if you forget to turn on your cabin lights, your passengers will complain. Oh, sometimes it's you have to stop and deal with passengers doing things like playing really loud music. If you don't, you can lose points.
My bad. I'll turn it down.
Also, that's usually a good time to ask them for tickets. And passengers who don't have tickets get a fine of 120 euros.
Nature's calling.
Yeah, thanks for that. Didn't need to know. And you probably find yourself deleting routes as time goes by and putting new ones in, because you'll make routes that actually
I'm
follow
thinking about
older
getting a dog.
routes.
Really? How so? Well, I imagine it would be
Whoops.
awesome. Though I know the work.
Sometimes I will go into third person, mode to, oh dear. I will sometimes go into third person mode to do maneuvers such as this one. Like when I was going too fast that I missed my turning.
Oh, I forgot to water my plants.
Next stop, Greenwich Square.
Hi. May I have a ticket, please?
Yes, you may.
Thanks.
One ticket, please.
And one problem with this is there's only so many character models. So sometimes you will literally see like two of the same person. Or two of the same person except one's got a slightly different skin tone.
Here.
Here you go.
And that can make it confusing. You know, if you want to check tickets and you want to keep track of who's bought and who's not, you can sometimes be asking the same person if they have a ticket multiple times because you know you don't know which one it is.
Astra Promenade. Next stop, Astra Promenade.
There we go. Oh, and now here we have a disabled passenger. So
A ticket,
let's.
please.
Oh, ramp can only be used when the door is closed.
I'm in a wheelchair. I need help getting in.
Let's see. Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
I need a ticket.
Um,
Thanks.
I need several tickets, please.
and I'm going to ask the person in the wheelchair if they have a ticket because they will generally. Oh dear, that's torn it. Let's see if we can get the ramp down. That's not going well. Right. First of all, I'm gonna. Let's see. Controls.
I'm still not sure if I wouldn't be faster.
There we go. Now you can get in.
Way too early.
My weekly ticket expired yesterday. I hope I don't get checked.
You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that.
What? Oh, here you go.
Hold on.
Of course. Hold on here.
I already showed you my ticket.
How often? Sure.
Of course. Here you go.
Where is it? Ah.
See what I
here
mean
you go.
about two people? Oh,
I
like
thought I had one.
two identical twins, maybe. Oh, and there's a person who doesn't have one. Well done.
Of course. Here you go.
You saw my ticket already.
I thought you.
I already showed you my
Whoops.
ticket.
All right. Whoops. Okay, well, I've obviously wasted too much time at that stop, but let's see now if we can set off again.
Are you up for going to the movies today?
Which film?
I was thinking about the new superhero blockbuster that just came out?
Yeah, sure.
And sometimes you can be held up by traffic, as I am being now. Stupid truck. There we go.
Sorry, would you open the door again, please?
Zellerman Research Center.
Oh dear, someone needed to get off. So it's usual kind of bus things, you know, people leaving stuff behind, people needing access to the ramp, people not having tickets, people forgetting to get off at the right stop, so yeah. And roadworks.
Next stop,
I can't get out like
Zellerman
this.
Research Center.
Oh right, I have to press and hold G in this configuration.
That's
Alright.
what I call good service.
There we go.
See you.
Bye.
One ticket, please. Thanks.
I hate getting up this early.
Don't we all?
Sure. Of course.
Of course.
Excellent. It's,
Never have guessed that Christina and Hans were related.
Yeah, me neither. It blew my mind.
let's close the door and lift up the ramp. Thank you for stopping.
Okay, let's grab a bite to
Next
eat.
stop, North Spoke. Last stop. Please leave the bus.
And you can get docked for abrupt braking, and your passengers will react to that. Similarly, if you go too fast, they'll be like, "Is this a race?"
Next stop, North Spoke. Last stop. Please leave the bus.
Right on time. Thank you. See ya.
See you later.
Oh, it was awesome. Sightseeing and shopping.
So this time, I think what I will do is I will end the trip like this. Excellent, and we're on our way. So what we need to do now is expand the existing route. So I'm guessing that's route number 1. Excellent. So what we can do is we will expand it to include the media center, and there you go. And I will put Greenwich Square. So now it has literally all of the stops. And now what we can do, and we'll do it this time in just the regular day. Whoops. Regular day, quick start off, and So the lighting is a wee bit more normal at this time of day. So you can actually tell if, for example, you've put the lights on. So I will go and drive this route, and then I'll come back when it's time to move on with the next part of the game. Okay, so that route has now been driven. So I brought the bus back in home. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that, but I think we should have completed the objectives now. We've got we'll have $130.
Wow, that worked out perfectly. Congratulations. I've talked with the municipality, and they'd like us to expand the company, hire some new people, and get some new buses. In return, they've offered us a commission for our efforts. And they've agreed to let us expand the network to the entire region north of the city center. Sounds good, doesn't it? To accomplish that, we'd better start by buying new buses. Head over to the bus shop. There should be some options available for you to select from.
Excellent. So we can buy a bus. So let's go back to the bus garage, and there's a couple of buses that we could purchase. We could purchase one of these, another Citaro K from Mercedes-Benz, or we could get this Setra S416 LE business bus. Basically like a coach. We have a quick look-see inside. It's kind of got nicer seats. Some of the seats are kind of on a higher level. It's basically just like a coach. I would personally prefer to use these for more kind of long distance jaunts. So I think, because we're still going to be working on the spokes, the circle, whatever you want to call it. I know that it has a name. I'm just going to go buy another Sataro, and we can customize it again. Now we should have unlocked a couple more colours, so let's have a look, see what we've unlocked. So we've unlocked yellow and green, so what we could do is we could make this a really, really disgusting... Oh, that is awful. that is terrible. But maybe if you wanted, you could do something like that. That's that's a bit more fetching, or something like that. And just kind of make it kind of reddish orange. That's kind of cool. Or just kind of have like red, make it look like a London bus or something. No, I'm gonna be boring, and I'm gonna go for purple again. So there we go. We've got purple, and we're gonna go. We've got a couple more skins as well now. We actually have some international wraps as well. That's pretty cool. So so you could have like Italy, or why don't we go actually for the Germany one, because that doesn't seem to be doing anything. That's not good. But yeah, I kind of like that. You've got different wraps. Do you know what? Let's go for the Canadian one, because that's what you want in Germany, a Canada bus. Yeah. So bus colours. Let's make it red. There we go. Now, as you play the game more, you actually get to unlock ads. So these are adverts that you can wrap your bus in them, and it's not a bad thing really, because you can then make money while driving your bus. So let's not bother with that at the moment. So we've got our Canada bus now. Isn't that nice? Yep, and we can hire a driver. So let's hire Anna Kolb. And what I can do now is I can go to the employees screen. No, not that. Sorry, wrong one. I can actually go back to my original bus route. You know what? I think I'm gonna end up. I think I'm just gonna delete that route, because that's just, yeah, nobody needs that. So there we go. And then we can drive this route again, and got to try and generate income. And as we do, we get to build more stops around the city, and you can fit like. And as you do, you'll see your buses on the road, and you get to you actually get to have different areas open. So why don't I do a Blue Peter, and we'll take a look at one that I prepared earlier. And you can have special co-op missions. I've never played this game in multiplayer mode. So, as you can see there, we do have basically everything open now. And, I've got quite a few bus routes. And I've got different bus routes in different places. And I have quite an arsenal of buses. So I've got quite a few Sataros. I've got a couple of Tetra businesses, even got one that I designed, one of the ones with the skins that aren't adverts, but most of these buses do have adverts, and I tend to go for the nicer looking adverts. So these coffee ones look not too bad, but I mean they're not my favourite. Although they did look quite good on those IV Coat Urban Way buses. And then you've got ones that advertise how green they are, with the fact that they're running on compressed natural gas. So that, I believe, is all for this video. This has been Bus Simulator 18. Would I recommend it? Well, yeah, I believe it's not much money on Steam just now. Certainly under £20. Or if you want Bus Simulator 16 Gold, I think that's about £7 just now, if not cheaper. At the time of recording, it could be cheaper, it could be more expensive when you get to see this video. What would I like to see in Bus Simulator 21? Obviously, different buses. That'd be quite good. Apparently, there's going to be some different buses. I'd like to see more. I'd like to see more routes, and more places to go. Because Seaside Valley was all right, but yeah, I mean, obviously, it's going to be a brand new map for this new version of Bus Simulator. But I'd like the option to be able to do longer distance driving, like open different towns, establish routes there and what have you, and be able to do links between the two towns, and get to drive buses that way. There would be more of a use for the Cetra buses, stuff like this. If I had longer distance routes, actual coaches. What else would I like to see? I'd like to see more varied character models, so I don't end up with blooming buses full of entuplet children. I don't know if that like multiples of the same person on the bus, so it's like, I don't know, if you just got on without a ticket, were you the one that asked for a ticket, were you the one that didn't? Stuff like that. Maybe fix the lighting issues. I wouldn't mind that, if they can. I mean, I know that's a bit difficult to ask. Maybe it's something that I need to turn on shadowing. Actually, that is a good point. Actually, do I need to turn on shadowing? Triple monitor support, that'd be quite good. If I had triple monitors, I could have like the bus windows, V-Sync, borderless window, highest. No shadows? I don't know. Mirror render foliage. Yeah, nice. Obviously, my body is. This is going to be using the latest. It's probably still going to be on the Unreal Engine. I have AMD graphics, so we'll have to see how that runs. So, anyway, I think that has been this episode of the Flying Scotsman Christmas. Please join me for the next episode, and thank you for watching this one. Cheery bye.